Hello, do you suffer functional dyspepsia? Have you been diagnosed with functional dyspepsia by doctors who have nothing to offer you? Have you tried different diets? Have you tried different supplements? Have you tried different therapies like enemas? Are you still suffering with this condition to the point where it's driving you mad? Watch this brief interview with a mother and her daughter, the daughter who suffered for almost a year with her functional dyspepsia. Listen to this recovery, and then I'll be right back.
I was faking.
Yeah, they told me that maybe it was all in her head and that maybe she was making up the symptoms and so on, and I had seen it happening, and so I knew she wasn't making up. She would be sleeping and then just wake out of her sleep throwing up. You can't make that up.
And were there more dairy?
No more dairy. I cut dairy out. I cut gluten out.
And there was
And tomatoes.
And tomatoes. And was there any change in the nausea and the digestive complaints?
No.
But how many months was she suffering before you came here?
It was about 9 months.
9.
And how many different doctors had you seen
I,
those 9 months?
I saw 3 different types of physicians. None of them were able to give me
One
any
was her
answers.
like general doctor,
General,
pediatrician, the
right,
general. One
general
was a GI.
pediatrician, GI, and then I also went to another pediatrician who is more of a holistic pediatrician to try to see.
And they couldn't figure it out.
No.
Feeling
Work-
better.
Better? Like a lot better?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, Mom, I'll call you Mom, I'm sorry.
That's
Has
okay.
she been nauseous at all in the past several months?
No, the nausea, the diarrhea, the throwing up have all
Completely
gone
Nada.
away.
gone.
Completely
Nada.
gone.
I don't know how much improvement she's had from this
I-
first and only protocol she's taken.
I would say 90% improvement.
90.
Yes, almost 100. You still have a little bit of headaches, but
90.
yeah, all
Okay.
the
What do you
gastro
want to say,
stuff is gone
91
away.
or 89? I'm being cute, I'm just kidding.
91.
91.
Okay, 91. So she's giving an even greater percentage. Thank you.
Isn't that amazing? 90% relief, 90% better. Let's say she was 100% relieved of the nausea, 100% relieved of her dizziness, 100% relieved of her diarrhea, 100% relieved of her stomach pain. She just still had a little bit of a headache, so the mother called it 90% better. But the little girl was 100% better of her functional dyspepsia. Incredible. My name is Dr. Lonnie Herman, and we're going to get into a different way to understand what causes functional dyspepsia, with a different way to help you help yourself remove the causes of the functional dyspepsia so you can finally get better, just like that little girl got better. I'm filming this video in August 24th of 2019. They first came to see me in December of 2017. Her original symptoms started in January of 17. So her symptoms started 11 months before I first met her. And I'm filming this a year and about 6 months or so after I first started to take care of her. And she still today, August of 2019, is free of functional dyspepsia symptoms after her first unique treatment, her first unique therapy. I created a therapy called Functional Neuro Recovery Therapy. And within this therapy, within this type of program that I offer people, or backing me up, I should say, I've got several hundred hours in functional neurology schooling and practice, neurochemistry, neuroimmunology, endocrinology by postgraduate studies, blood chemistry analysis, blood chemistry studies, digestive studies, stool analysis, food sensitivity studies, developmental disorders of the brain, movement disorders, vestibular disorders. I've taken a lot of postgraduate studies. And, I'll tell you that one of the things that I noticed when I was running the laboratories in my past, or like stool tests or food sensitivity studies, they didn't show us everything that was wrong with the person, or if they did say that the person had a food sensitivity, when the person stayed away from that certain food, they didn't just get better. So I had to go and really search for answers and different ways of practicing that, as you can see from the look on that little girl's face and her mother, she's better from this care that I offered her. So we've got to understand something different about your body instead of just looking at the stomach or looking at the intestines or looking at the liver. While those are all very important, we've also got to understand about your nervous system and how your nervous system regulates your digestive function. And what's important about that statement I just made is that you can have infections like viruses, for example, that can get up into your brain and that can start to change the brain function so you can perceive you're having a digestive issue. You're really having a digestive issue, but you perceive that your discomfort in the abdomen is caused by an infection in the stomach or in the intestine when it's not. In her first examination, which was in December of 17, I found only a few things. One, I found that she had dengue fever virus that was affecting her thalamus of her brain, which helps to regulate digestion in a way. She had dengue fever virus in her stomach. She had candida in the brain, and she had some scabies in the bile duct, and she had Borrelia burgdorferi in the stomach, and she had aspergillus fungus in the bile duct. She took remedies that we made in our laboratory to remove those infections from the exact areas where I just mentioned them. She came back 7 months later, no more functional dyspepsia symptoms. Still today, more than a year and a half after I first started taking care of her, still no more functional dyspepsia symptoms. I saw her for a second time in July. Her mother was still concerned that she was getting some headaches. July of 2018, I got to examine her again. I found that she had St. Louis encephalitis virus and West Nile virus, both stressing her brain. And those can get into our body from a mosquito bite. A simple, common mosquito bite could have given you a virus or a parasite or maybe even a bacteria that's stressing your nervous system, that's making a symptom in you occur. And there is no magical supplement or diet that's going to help take care of that for you. Furthermore, I found that she had dengue fever virus stressing her cerebellum of the back of the brain, and her cerebral spinal fluid, that fluid that's in and around your brain and spinal cord. And whenever that fluid's infected and the brain's infected, we can have any kind of malfunction in our body, including a digestive issue like functional dyspepsia. Furthermore, I found she had St. Louis encephalitis virus and dengue fever virus in her liver, dengue fever in her stomach, and dengue and St. Louis encephalitis virus in her pancreas. Both of those protocols were approximately 2 months in length. She's headache-free now. She has no more functional dyspepsia. She has no more pain. She has no more dizziness, no more nausea, no more dry heaving. She's back to school. She's enjoying her friends. She's going to parties. She's having a great time in her life. Okay? We have to look at you differently. We have to think about you differently. We have to have several different minds of what's going on with different parts of our body that relate down to the digestive system. Because you may or may not have an infection in your digestive system that's making this problem occur. Your body didn't just decide to malfunction. Okay? It's not just somebody flipped a switch and the stomach doesn't work well, causing your pain. There's some kind of hidden infection and or toxin that's in your central nervous system and possibly some of your organs that is causing your body to suffer this way. Now, I get emails all the time from people who saw, for the months ago when I first put up that functional dyspepsia, that testimonial by that young lady and her mother. People are asking me all the time, what kind of magic diet is there? They don't say magic, but basically what's that mean? What kind of like mysterious diet? What kind of supplement? Or what kind of lab can their doctor, whatever country they're living in, what can they do there to get themselves well? And I'm going to tell you that the only way that I could figure it out for you is to have you undergo my unique examination process. It's the only way. There's a hands-on exam where I can use this research that was developed. I could say these tools that were developed from years of research, not my research, these biophysicists in Germany and Institute of Biophysics, they don't treat functional dyspepsia. That's not their purpose. They were able to find something very unique about how to examine the body. And I perform that part of an examination along with other parts of exam steps that I've learned in neurology and so on. So there is no advice I can give you besides you coming to my clinic. That's my best advice for you. You come to my clinic, you call my clinic, arrange an appointment for a consultation with me first, and then for your examination, okay? That's all that I can offer you, which is a great offering, but there's no magic supplement or magic therapy or magic kind of diet or mysterious laboratory that we can, send you or tell you to do that's gonna help you fix yourself. I mean no harm when I'm saying that. I mean no disrespect. I'm telling you, I can help you if you come to me in person. That is what I have to offer you. Now, insurance doesn't cover this kind of work that I offer. This will be out of pocket. This will be an investment in yourself. There's nothing I can do about the insurance companies, and that's how they run their business, okay? So this will be an investment in yourself, and I understand that may be painful because you want your insurance to cover, as they are covering your other doctors, but they're covering things that don't work for you, as you can see already in your experience, with your history, with your condition. My clinic is located in South Florida. You contact my clinic at 954-370-3100. That's 954-370-3100, or contact my clinic assistant via our office email address. I'll put that on the screen here. And we'll help you get an appointment in with me. And usually we're on about a 2-month waiting list here. So be prepared when you call. You'll be able to get some paperwork that you'll fill out and have your consultation via phone or Skype or in person first. But on average, you've got to wait for your exam for about 2 months. You can follow me on Instagram. You can like me on Facebook. I put up some information there on a regular basis, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put up videos there all the time, and even look through some of my other videos and video testimonials of how people have gotten better with different conditions under my care, and I really look forward to helping you. I believe that you can get better. You deserve impressive results. You deserve to get better. I don't think you did anything wrong to deserve this condition. So, you know, we just have to work with you in a different way. You have to look at this in a different way. Step out of the regular medical box. Do something different. I'm here to help you. Your results are all that matters. Again, contact my clinic at 954-370-3100. I look forward to helping you.